So we're trying to figure out slope, which we know is equal to rise over run. And one way you learn this is to draw a triangle. So let's draw a triangle from the points indicated. So I'm going to draw, this would be the rise, and this would be the run. Sorry, that's not. Hold on. So this is the rise, and this is the run. We know the rise is the vertical distance, and the run is the horizontal distance. You can draw the triangle this way as well, because this is still showing a rise, and this is still showing a run. Okay, so if we're just counting the squares, this is easy because it's a very small triangle. But if you were given a large graph, there's a formula you can use to calculate it. So let's count first. So we're starting at 2, and it goes up to what? 9, right? So the distance between 9 and 2 is what? It's going up by 7, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this is easy to count because the graph is small. We know the rise is 7, and the run, we start at 1, right? See where it starts? And it goes across to what? So 1, 2, oops, hold on. Sorry, we have to pay attention to the scale. From here to here is 1. It's a jump of 1. And then from here to here is another jump of 1. So it's actually, what's the run? 2. Okay, the run is 2. That's easy, rise over run, but we're going to use the formula to verify that, okay? So the formula says that the slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You're probably wondering, what the heck does this x2 and x1 mean, right? Yeah. Those are coordinates. Those represent the coordinates. When you write a coordinate, you write a coordinate as x, y. So we have one coordinate here. What's this coordinate? Where is this point located? X, Y, what is it? 3, 9. So let's call that A. And then we have point B that was indicated. What's that coordinate? 1, 2. So that's also read as X, Y. Now the reason we put 1 and 2 is just to distinguish between the two formulas. So this is formula 1. Let's call this 1. And this is formula 2. Sorry, not formula, coordinate. Sorry, I can't speak today. That's coordinate 1, and that's coordinate 2, okay? These numbers are just so that you don't mix up the order of the way you're subtracting. You're subtracting coordinate 2 and coordinate 1. You're subtracting in order. So I'll show you what that means. So we have y2. I labeled this as y2. So we're just going to plug in the values. y2, take away y1. What's y2? Take away y1. What's y2? 2, take away, what's y1? 9. Over, hold on, x2, which is this, right? That's x2. 1 minus, what's x1? 3. Okay, so let's calculate it. You're calculating the difference between these two. So it didn't matter what order we do it in, you're going to get the same answer. Remember you asked before, it doesn't matter where you draw the triangle. 2 minus 9 equals negative 7. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. A negative and a negative make a positive. So the answer is 7 over 2. Is that what we got when we counted? 7 over 2. You get the same answer. And we know that the answer has to be positive because this line is rising to the right. So it makes sense. So we're going to calculate this just using the slope formula. So let's write the formula. Slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's the first step. Write the formula. Let's label our coordinates now. I'm going to call this A and I'm going to call this B. So just write down what the coordinates are. Okay, so A is 2, 8 and B is 5, 2. And if you want, also label x, y, so you remember. Just to switch it up, let's call this coordinate 2 this time, and let's call this coordinate 1. Does it matter which one I label as 1 and 2? It does not matter as long as you're putting 1, 1 for the same coordinate, 2, 2 for the same coordinate. You can't put 1 and then 2 here. That would be wrong. Okay, this is 2. coordinate 2, and I'm calling this coordinate 1. So now all we do is plug it in. What's my y2? You're subtracting the y values because the y is the vertical. That's what you're doing. You're subtracting 8, take away 2, right? Does that make sense that I'm drawing it out? You're subtracting the y values. This is what you were doing before, but now we're just writing it out using a formula. And then you're subtracting the x values. So I called this x2 minus 5. Do you think your slope is going to be positive or negative when you calculate it? Look at the line. It's going down and to the right. Do you think your slope's going to be positive or negative? Negative. Remember, slopes that go up and to the right will always be positive, and slopes that go down and to the right are always going to be negative. So this has to be negative. Let's calculate it and see. 8 take away 2?
6.
2 minus 5?
3.
Minus 3. A positive and a negative make a negative. 6. Rise is 6. Sorry, the slope is negative 6 over 3, or we can simplify this. Negative 2. We could say negative 2 over 1. If you really want, you could just say negative 2. That's the slope of this line.